I am so sick and tired
but let's get
of
back-
being guilted for loving Robyn.
There could be a great man who loves to work in the dirt.
Maybe.
And help you on that farm.
Maybe so. I promise you I'm not asexual. I promise you.
Did you have any other sexual experiences before, Meri?
Okay, listen, Suki.
Right?
I want to shut you down now.
Baptism scene. Yeah, it was absolutely bizarre. From Kody&Robyn's interrogations that only made Aurora more anxious, to Kody's cringeworthy breakdown, where he acted like accepting Aurora's choice was some kind of personal sacrifice. And then, to top it all off, the weird request at the end to have Kody join the pastor for the baptism. Talk about emotional enmeshment at its finest. Seriously, what is going on here? It honestly feels like they're just scraping the bottom of the barrel for any storyline at this point. And don't even get me started on the lines. Aurora clearly explains what the baptism means to her, and Kody takes a moment, processes it, and then asks, "Get this, so exactly what does this mean to you?" Cue eye roll. It's like they didn't even bother to rehearse their lines. Honestly, it seems like Robyn, or maybe the whole side of the family, was just trying to give Kody another moment, similar to when Maddie asked him to marry her and Caleb. Classic move, rewrite history for another dramatic scene. We've got so much to dive into today, so let's not waste any time. Let's jump straight into it. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Elena here, and welcome back to my channel Reality Nexus X. Christine just dropped a truth bomb we've all been thinking but were too polite to say. I wonder how close they got before they were married. Seriously, now I'm dying for the tell-all. You know it's going to be gold. Honestly, I'm convinced they need a male interviewer for these things. Because Kody would never pull that "I'm gonna shut you down right there" crap if it were a guy sitting across from him. Dude, you're not in charge. You're a little man with a lot of audacity. And Suki, stop backing down. You're the one holding the mic. Make him answer the damn question instead of letting him steamroll you. But seriously, back to that bombshell. When Christine said that, I nearly choked on my coffee. The Ogies weren't as naive and trusting as they let on back in the day. They knew. All of them knew. Kody&Robyn thought they could pull the wool over everyone's eyes, but nope, not happening. As for Suki, she's the worst host. She literally admitted she doesn't even watch the show. No wonder she's so clueless. How can she be expected to lead these interviews when she doesn't know the full story? These tell-alls should be explosive TV gold. Real cussing, real anger, storming out, emotions flying, tears, and actual answers to questions we've been dying to hear for years. Instead, TLC keeps dropping the ball with soft, uninformed hosts. Get a real journalist in there, preferably a guy who's not afraid to challenge Kody. You'd watch that man squirm when he realizes the interviewer doesn't care about his buddy routine and actually sees the wise side. Now that would be uncomfortable television, and I'm here for it. Also, let's be real. Kody&Robyn were definitely doing the deed before they were married. Of course they were, they're adults, but I'm sure Kody made a big show of pretending to honor some fake boundaries while courting Robyn, just to make sure the OG wives didn't catch on. It's so obvious. I can't wait for the tell-all. It's going to be such a treat watching Robyn, who's somehow still allowed to have a voice in this mess, sit there acting like she's the victim. Remember the clip of her saying everyone should keep her name out of their mouths? This is the same woman who had an opinion about everyone's marriage, including all the original wives. It's beyond wild that she gaslit Christine when she was trying to leave, pretending like everything was fine in Vegas. Let's not forget, she ruined a family. Between her mountain of debt, nanny drama, shopping addiction, and of course, her deep expertise in speaking Kody, she even pushed Meri to divorce him. And now, after all of that, she has the audacity to sit on a couch, cry, and play the victim. This woman is so delusional, it's honestly painful to watch. But of course, we're all supposed to take her seriously because she, the youngest wife, who's been divorced, single, buried in debt, and a monogamist, somehow has the wisdom to speak about everyone else's issues. She was loud about it too. But sure, Robyn, tell us again why we should all keep your name out of our mouths. She's as self-absorbed as a bowl of ramen noodles. And don't even get me started on the host. I'm not looking forward to it either. TLC has definitely received enough feedback to know Suck is a terrible host. I said it loud and clear on the Instagram survey. It's honestly offensive they keep her on. She doesn't know the show, doesn't engage with the guests, and is basically a snooze fest. Aurora, seriously. Robyn has taught her how to fake cry now. That poor girl is completely lost, all because of Robyn. Maybe getting into this church will finally give her the confidence to move out and, dare I say, grow up. Honestly, my 8-year-old granddaughter is more mature than this girl. And just wow, she's almost 22 and still asking for permission to get baptized. I can't believe we're dealing with this church storyline. I honestly thought they were keeping the girls so sheltered, just setting them up to be shipped off to their old church. But now this, it's a real plot twist. She just seems so emotionally stunted. I feel bad for her. You can really see the contrast between her and the other girls in the family. Those who actually seem to have their act together, emotionally strong, self-confident, and capable. Honestly though, those tears Aurora's shedding, they seem real. She's probably scared to even speak. Every time she opens her mouth, her voice shakes, and then the tears come. Something is off in that house, but who knows what it is? It could be any number of things. Kody's main character syndrome is absolutely suffocating me. I don't even know how to say this. It was never meant for me to find out Janelle was moving. One of my kids slipped up and told me, then begged me not to repeat it or pretend I didn't hear it. The drama. Like it's the ultimate betrayal that his ex-wife would dare to move out of town without consulting him first. Newsflash, Kody, Janelle is not your property anymore. So Janelle never told him she was moving? Huh. Kind of like how he never bothered to tell her his plans for Coyote Pass. Or how he went 2 months without contacting Savannah after fighting with her mom. Christmas be damned. Why is it okay for him to withhold info from her, but she's supposed to spill all the beans to him? Honestly, he's just desperate for one of them to cave and stay miserable, so Robyn can keep playing the sister-wife fantasy. I kind of wish Janelle would get her release too. If she can Zoom with Meri about Coyote Pass, surely she could send an email about who to contact for a formal release. That would send him and Robyn spiraling. Since Robyn gave up on Christine and Meri, after Christine got married and Meri got her release, maybe, just maybe, she'd finally get it through her thick skull that Janelle is done. Kody's probably hoping she'll come crawling back like she did before. But nope, she's really done this time. Done. Janelle is really rewriting history now. She used him, yeah, remember that dinner for her birthday? All dressed up, calling him honey, turning off the cameras, and trying to hold his hand like it was all some cozy moment. But hey, did she forget she was on camera? Classic move. And let's not forget the kicker. Janelle called him honey while breaking up with him for the billionth time. For 30 years, that's what she's been calling him. That's a hard habit to kick. I mean, Tori Spelling even said she still calls her ex babe because that's just what she's always done. So yeah, sure, Janelle wasn't feeling the hand-holding thing, but clearly made it clear during that dinner that nothing was happening. And about that car conversation with Christine, it's pretty obvious they've heard all the chatter from the fans and seen the episodes. Those reactions aren't lost on them. Looks like they're doing a little revisionist history, adding in some details that weren't aired or glossing over what wasn't said. Sounds like a classic case of twisting the narrative to make themselves look better. Robyn is the worst, seriously. I'm still trudging through the whole Christine moving out saga after she left Kody&Robyn. She actually had the nerve to start up with Christine in the most rude, combative way, claiming there were no problems in Las Vegas. Is she out of her mind? Christine is honestly nicer than I'd ever be. The first time Robyn rolled her eyes at me or tried to school me about my own relationship, the cameras would have been cut and I'd be done. That level of rudeness is just insane. Robyn and Kody, perfect match. May they ride off into the most dysfunctional sunset and just go away. By the time this scene was happening, Christine was so done with them that she couldn't care less about Robyn's nonsense. She just wanted out, to be free from those idiots. If I were Christine in that moment, there's no way I'd sit there and listen to Robyn blabber about how she knows better than me when it comes to my relationship. I'd have gotten up, invited Janelle inside, locked the other three out, and told them to leave my property, or I'd call the cops for trespassing. I wouldn't have stayed and tolerated Robyn making up lies or watching Kody put on his little dramatic performance. I'd be inside, cracking up at how absurd it all was. Christine was done that day. She just didn't care anymore. And that's when Kody amped up the drama, hoping to provoke her into reacting so he could play the victim and act like she was the mean one. But Christine made the right choice. She stayed cool, didn't engage, and it drove them both insane. Robyn, ever the victim, tried to play the "I need space" card, and then ran off to tell her kids that Christine didn't want to see them ever again, also they'd take her side. And then there's Robyn, claiming she knew there were problems in Vegas. It's like she doesn't realize that people remember what's said. All the wives know Kody spills the tea about them to each other, so Robyn's whole confused act about it is just laughable. She's got to stop pretending like no one notices the crap she pulls. Robyn, the queen of forgetting, rewriting history, and just generally playing fast and loose with the truth. She can't remember how the money for her house came about, but she conveniently told the cameras that it came from the family fund. Oh, and once they finally get their act together and build on Coyote Pass, they'd rent it out as an asset. Of course, she forgot that the other wives were working their butts off and contributing to that general pot. But hey, what exactly did Robyn contribute again? Let's pull out the financial records and see, shall we? After we subtract the $30,000 in debt she walked in with, plus the startup money for the company, what are we left with? How much did the business actually make? I'm sure it's a thrilling figure. And the whole "I don't keep track of where Kody is" line. Classic, except, wait, didn't she tell Meri, when Kody was about to leave, that she always keeps track of where he is? So which one is it, Robyn? If you can't keep your story straight in one season, it's hard to trust anything that comes out of your mouth. Honestly, I don't buy a word she's selling, especially the new revelations about her dad. One minute she says they never saw him during holidays, and the next she's telling us they waited to celebrate until he could come. Yeah, that sounds like a man with a regular Saturday routine, all right. None of her stories ever add up, and I'm not here for it. And let's not even get into the other relationships. Robyn claims she's never interfered, but what about all the times Meri had to have Robyn present during discussions because she's the only one who speaks Kody? That's some next-level manipulation right there. The list of contradictions could go on forever. I would love to see Suki call her out, but let's be real, it's not going to happen. It's honestly impressive that Robyn's made it 19 seasons without realizing she's on camera the entire time. Does she really not understand that her own words are right there in black and white, contradicting everything she says? If Janelle, Meri, and Christine, especially with her custody battle, aren't using the footage to expose all this, they're missing a golden opportunity. At this point, it's clear, Robyn's the master of rewriting history, and I'm just here for the inevitable downfall. As much as I hate watching this mess, it's honestly time to call it quits and let the real tell-alls begin. And you can bet in Vegas, she had a calendar tracking which house Kody was at each day. Gotta keep that script straight, right? Kody and Robyn are absolutely infuriating. I know, we've all beaten this dead horse into the ground, but I'm just gonna give it one more solid smack. Seriously, Kody&Robyn should be ashamed of themselves. For someone who claims to be all religious, Robyn sure didn't get the memo about humility and generosity. You'd think she missed the part in the Bible where it says, "Thou shalt not flaunt your wealth while the rest of your family suffers." And don't even get me started on the white convertible, an Mercedes-Benz they rolled up in for the tell-all. A Mercedes, really? Give me a break. As if it's not bad enough, they don't see a thing wrong with living in absolute luxury while the other wives are left with literally nothing. Do they not have a single ounce of shame? How can these people sleep at night? I seriously need to stop watching because it's just too much. The selfishness, the hypocrisy, the pure evil, it's beyond comprehension. I 100% agree with you. Now I've resorted to waiting for the episodes to drop on Max so I can just skip past Kody&Robyn's scenes. The only reason I'm still watching is because I've been hooked since the beginning and I'm too invested to quit. But honestly, it might be time to walk away. Christine, Meri, and Janelle are actually sharing some real truths, and I can get behind that. But Kody&Robyn? They can go. The way they live off money that was, at best, misappropriated is beyond disgusting. They're literally doing nothing but peddling fake storylines, rewriting history, and lying through their teeth. I'm over them. I just wish I could watch to support the OG3 without having to give any of my attention to Kody&Robyn. Wow, Robyn really has some nerve, doesn't she? The way she claimed the financial discussion was hard because of how much she's contributed to the family, please. If you've watched Notes to Self, they talk about seed planting, and now I get it. Robyn's been busy planting those seeds herself, especially when she conveniently called her McMansion a family asset in the past. Now, she's casually dropping the idea that she's been some kind of crucial contributor from the very start. Sure, Robyn, sure. Let's not forget the footage that shows what she actually brought to the table: debt, financial strain, and more of a burden than any actual income. And don't even get me started on her earlier comment about hoping the family can see her value. The audacity. She knows, deep down, she hasn't contributed squat. I can't even imagine how Janelle and the other wives must feel hearing that garbage coming from her mouth. It's pure nonsense. Robyn clearly has some unresolved childhood issues. She plays on her emotions like a master manipulator, using her tears and vulnerability to keep everyone wrapped around her finger. It's like she's spent years molding her kids into the perfect, Kody-approved, soft-spoken little pawns, quiet, seen but not heard. It's almost like she learned from the best. Her biological father, who seemingly ditched her family, left Robyn scrambling to keep Kody locked in her grip at all costs. It's a lot of emotional gymnastics just to stay in control. Let's just skip over Kody&Robyn, because honestly, the show is a broken record at this point. Their scenes are so depressing, it's hard to even describe. Watching them interact with their adult kids, who, by the way, they've emotionally stunted, is like sitting through a never-ending series of tiny lies and microaggressions. The fake smiles, the empty eyes, it's honestly exhausting. The last episode, first time I ever actively skipped over any part with Kody&Robyn. And you know what? The whole show felt so much lighter without them. I get that the rest of the show is pretty scripted too, with the same recycled conversations that could be copy-pasted across episodes. But at least there's some genuine growth. It's actually fun to see the ex-wives healing, finding themselves, and navigating their own journeys. Way more interesting than whatever Kody&Robyn are trying to sell us. Big thanks to the brave souls who can sit through their segments and recap them for the rest of us. It's interesting to read, but as someone who grew up with a narcissistic, woe is me type of mother, I just can't anymore. Kody&Robyn segments have officially crossed the line from annoying to downright uncomfortable. Honestly, I kind of wish they'd just stick to talking head commentary and skip the whole "let's pretend we're a happy family" scenes. When their segments come on, I just check out. I mean, not only is it one big web of lies, but it's just awkward watching them interact with the kids, both the older ones and the younger ones. It's like watching a house of cards, where everyone's been drilled on what to say and how to behave, and it couldn't be further from their actual reality. Robyn's "we should have been together from the beginning" comment, classic move. It almost sounds like she's suggesting she's owed some retroactive wife benefits, as if she's been the true partner all along, right? She's talking about this historical sharing resources thing, and it really gives the vibe that she thinks she's entitled to a slice of the family fortune, and not just since she arrived on the scene, but from the start. Take Janelle's Vegas equity, for example. That ended up in Robyn's house, but when she goes on about how much she helped in the early days, it really makes you stop and wonder, helped with what, exactly? Sure, she might have kept the kids while Christine was birthing, truly a major help, no doubt, but when, pray tell, did Robyn ever step up to keep anyone else's kids, or share her food, or bring in any kind of paycheck? Let's not forget that her main contribution to the group seems to have been piling up debt and taking out loans for a failed business and its cringeworthy inventory. Now, if I'm being honest, I'm getting a real "you wouldn't even have TLC money without me" vibe from Robyn's remarks. Isn't it convenient how that little nugget has been floating around? And honestly, the whole early days thing probably has more to do with when the family was struggling to get by before the show money came in. Kody's whole "she's done so much" shtick. Yeah, I think that comes from this exact time period. Robyn may have been the one to kickstart the show's direction, whether it's admitting it outright or giving us that side-eye tone. But we all know how vital she was to the whole TLC empire. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and much love to you all.